Winnemucca to the Insiders Football Challenge here at the Winnemucca Inn in week number 7. This week, Terry and Dave and I will cover the first 3 college games in segment number 1. And Terry has some stats. And Mark, I think I might have been the winner last week.
I didn't tally it up here. I got So on the week, I got a 5, Dave got a 5, and yes, you got an 8. So I got this loading. And that puts Dave at 31. I'm at 26, 25. Dave's at 30, 31. I'm at 25. I'm trailing. And you move up to 34.
Yeah.
So you got a 3-game lead.
For now, Davey says. That's what I like. Well,
best bets, I win, you win. Dave's best bet was no. So I had the Seahawks, you had the 49ers, Dave had Notre Dame.
Yeah, that was a big no.
I'll tell you, that shocked me there.
It did.
Yeah.
They had that game, but I told you, I warned you guys early that even though USC's no good, that's a 50-year-old tradition.
It drives me crazy,
that's a game that they want to win. If they don't win any other game that season, it's a win to beat the rival in that game.
Well, Terry, start us off here. We got a Pac-12 game right out of the chute.
Okay, so first one's a good one. Oregon going to Washington. Oregon's ranked 12 in the country. Washington squeaked into the 25th position this last week. Oregon's 5-1. Washington's 5-2. Oregon's a 2.5-point favorite at the Huskies. A tough game. I mean, I'm going to take Oregon because I hate the Huskies, but the Huskies look good the last couple of weeks. I actually don't really even like Oregon. I just dislike them less than I dislike the Huskies. So I'm taking Oregon. I think it's going to be a good game. Should be the Pac-12's featured TV game this week.
Yeah, I do think it's going to be a good game. Let me give you folks a few stats here. Washington's 5-2 against the spread so far this year. Oregon's 3-3 against the spread. At home, Washington is 3-1 against the spread. For that reason, and both quarterbacks have been playing lights out this year. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Georgia transfer, Eason, and go with Washington Huskies.
Okay.
I think I'm going to have to go with Washington, too. At home, they're tough. They have a good defense. I like their coach. Oregon, I don't know. I'm going to go home underdog.
Cal
here.
beat Washington at Washington a couple weeks back, so
that was a fluke.
They're beatable at home. Okay, the next game, another good game. We got 16th ranked Michigan going to Penn State. Michigan 5-1. Penn State 6-0. Penn State is a 7.5-point favorite. I think I'll let Dave go first on this one.
I hate to do this, but I'm going to go Michigan here. I think Penn State's going to win the game.
Holy cow.
Michigan also has a good team. They're a real good team. And it's a rival game. Penn State wins 24-20, I think, but I'm going to take Michigan in the 7.5.
Wow, I didn't see that one coming.
You know, I was looking at the 7.5. That half-point hook kind of has me thinking Michigan too. Michigan has played well so far this year. They had one game where they didn't win, but they covered in that game. I'm taking Michigan as well.
Well, we're not going to make it a threesome. I can tell you that right now, folks. First of all, I hate Michigan. Second of all, Michigan is 2-4 against the spread this year, and Penn State is 4-2 against the spread. They're the better team. It's going to be Penn State. They'll probably win by 17 points in this game.
Penn State at 6-0. I think they're a good team. This week, I don't see any easy picks on here. These are all tough with the way the spread is, especially this next game. So the next game, we got Arizona State going to Utah, another Pac-12 matchup. Arizona ranked 17 in the country. Utah ranked 13. Both teams are 5-1. Utah's a 13.5-point
Yeah, this
favorite
spread
at home.
seems to be very crazy.
I have a hard time with this one. I'll let you go first.
Okay, here it is. On the road, and I don't like Arizona State at all, but on the road, they're 2-0 against the spread this year, and Utah's only 1-2 at home against the spread. I'm going to take the 13.5 points and go with Arizona State. Both teams have a 5-1 record, so I'll take my shot.
Boy, I hate to agree with you, but I think 13.5 in the Pac-12 is a tough number. They could get, Utah could blow them out. Washington State lost to Arizona State last week, but they cooked it again. They were winning that game all the way to the 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they gave up a late score, lost the game. Utah thumped Washington State. So Utah, just on that game comparison, could beat these guys by 20, but I'm going to take Arizona State to hang in with them on the 13.5 points.
Okay, hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but it's a sucker bet to take Arizona State. I'm going to go with Utah Utes at home. Plus, they're explosive.
So
but that is a big spread.
So you see that number as a sucker bet.
Could be. So I'm just going to take the
Seems
hunch
too
here.
high. I mean, sometimes
Yeah.
when it's
I know,
too good to
doesn't
be
seem
true,
right
it
to
is.
me.
But
Look at last week. Florida against LSU, that number was ridiculous. The number 5 team and 7 team, and LSU just creamed them.
I like LSU.
I did too. I was with you,
that wasn't
Davey.
on our contest. But
No,
yeah.
but it was a great game.
LSU might be the best team in the country. I mean, all those undefeated teams, it's going to shake out here towards the end. But
Yeah.
Penn State could be one of the best teams in the country. They're still
Absolutely.
undefeated. So
Absolutely.
good college
Penn State's
games.
solid. They're
They
solid
are.
around the board.
All right, folks, that's going to end it for segment number 1. When we come back with segment 2, we're going to talk about the first 4 pro games on our contest. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 2 here, as we're going to talk about these first 4 games. And Terry, we got a couple of teams that are just trying to find their way.
Yeah, a lot of these teams are trying to find their way, but we got the 2, 3, and 1 Cardinals going to the 2 and 4 Giants. Giants are favored by 3.5 at home. Yeah, these point spreads are just so right on.
I know it.
I can't tell you. I don't feel good about this one, but I'll take the Cardinals on the road against the Giants. Giants look good one week, and then they look terrible the next week. They made a change of quarterback, which I thought was going to give them good new life. They had one game that was new life, and then back to the old Giants.
Well, I told Davey this. I've said this on the show. I'm not a believer in Kyler Murray. Still, I'm not a believer in him. Yeah, he had a decent game last week. Big deal. He played my Bengals. What does that tell you?
The Bungles.
Yeah, the Bungles.
One of the 0 for teams left.
So out of these 2 rookies, Daniel Jones and Kyler Murray, hands down, Daniel Jones is the better quarterback. I'm going to take the Giants and give the 3.5.
Hands down, Jones is better than Kyler Murray.
Totally.
Wow. Heisman Trophy winner last year.
Who cares?
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
You
I'm with
are?
the Giants to give anybody 3.5 points. They might have their up and down here, but they're no favorite, folks. I'll take the Cardinals.
Certainly not 3.5. I mean, there's been a lot of these professional games that have come down to the 3 or less. Case in point, Monday night, I had the Green Bay Packers. They needed to win by 4.5. If you guys seen how that went down,
Yeah.
they just when he said
Hey, they were lucky.
And it's the first week the favorite didn't cover on Monday Night Football.
He could have, but you seen how he sat down.
Yeah,
The
oh,
touchdown was
yeah.
there with
I saw
35
it.
seconds
yeah.
left to go, and he just decided to play it safe and
run the
out
clock out.
and kick the field goal and win by 1. But that's the way it goes. Okay, so Dave and I are on the Cardinals. You're on the Giants.
I'm on the Giants.
Next game, we got the Texans going to the Colts. Colts are 3-2 at home. Texans 4-2 on the road. Deshaun Watson's looked great the last 2 weeks. I love the Texans in this one. I said I didn't have any of these bets that I like. I actually like this one. I think
You know
Texans
what, though?
getting 1.5.
I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan, never have been, but he really has looked good the last 2 weeks, folks. Still, Brissett has not proven himself to me. I know that they're winning right now, but the Texans are 2-0 against the spread on the road. Even though there's not many points here, I'm still going to take the Texans as well on the road.
I'm going to go Colts here.
Really?
So really, where are the Colts any different without Andrew Luck and Jacoby Brissett? They're no different. Like I said, they wouldn't be any different. One player doesn't make a team. I'm just going to go with the Colts here. Their defense is good. They're good around the board. Good coach. It's at home. I'm taking the Colts.
All right.
Okay, and our next game is the Vikings going to the Lions. Vikings are 4-2. Lions 2-1. They're the team that tied the Cardinals first week of the season. Lions are home dog. They're plus 1.5 at home. Vikings, you have to lay 1.5 to beat the Lions.
Well, who are you going to take?
The
You
Vikings.
want me to go first?
I like the 4-2. I mean, you tell me what the against the spread number is here.
Well, I didn't write that one down on this one, but I'll tell you one thing. The Lions have not looked good the last few weeks. They played well against the Packers.
On Monday night, they could have won that game.
They should have won that game. The officiating has been horrible in the NFL this year. But then again, the receivers can't catch a football, and the defensive backs can't tackle anybody in the NFL this year. I'm going to take the Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins has righted the ship, and they've been playing well. They're 4-2. I'm going to take the Vikings.
4-2. You go into the Lions. Lions. I think there's a
They're
bit of a
2-1.
bit of a let. No, I know I've got that number, but a bit of a letdown losing that game. At Green Bay. When they really kind of shocked them with that early trick play, and
that was
it
a
looked
great
like they
play
had the
call.
momentum, and then they just kind of let it slip away. So I'm going to take the Vikings as well.
Okay.
I got to go Lions here.
Davey, are you just going against us just to
No,
go
no,
against
no,
us?
no. Lions at home are tough. They have a good team this year. Vikings got to travel across. I just like the Lions. It's a rival game. And to be getting points at home, I'm
Yeah, but they're in the same time zone, Minnesota down to Michigan.
Oh, I'm not saying that. It's on the road. It's in Detroit. It's
And it's in a
different.
dome, and that's what Minnesota plays in.
The Lions have a better defense than the Eagles. Eagles have no defense.
Oh.
Okay, last game on this segment. We have the Raiders going to the Packers. Raiders 3-2, Packers 5-1. Packers are favored by 7.5.
There's your hook again.
Yep, 7.5 makes it tough.
I have thought about this game a lot because I really want the Raiders to do well. Why? Because they're coming to Nevada, and they're going to be in Las Vegas. I'm excited about that. I guess I don't know. Should I use my quarterback theory, Dave?
Well,
Sure, that always
then you
works.
have to go on. Yeah, it always works.
Yeah.
Then you have to go on the Packers.
Foolproof.
All right, I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to go with my dang on quarterback theory. Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback, so I'm taking the Packers.
I'm taking the Raiders just because it's 7.5, and the Packers 5-1. They have not. I wish you had the.
Yeah, they're
cover
not
spread.
blowing anybody out.
They're
That's
not,
for
they're
sure.
not covering very easily here, so I'm taking the Raiders plus 7.5.
I'll tell you what. I got to take the Raiders in 7.5 points. Why are they getting 7.5? Unless this is another sucker bet. Why are they getting 7.5? They're not even. They're playing good. I'll take the Raiders. Take the momentum.
All right, there you have it, folks. That's going to be the end of segment number 2. When we come back for segment 3, Dave, Terry, and myself are going to cover the last 3 pro games on this contest card, and we're going to give you our picks of the week. Welcome back, folks, to segment number 3 here. And, Terry, we've got this game changing quarterbacks.
Yeah, I just heard that today. A couple of big changes here. Both teams 2-4 going in. Titans are 1.5 point favorite on the contest. I don't know if that quarterback announcement made a difference to the spread. It probably did,
I don't know.
but it was it's a small spread
I don't
regardless.
think the quarterback announcement came after I had.
No, I'm just saying today. I didn't check the spreads today.
I doubt
They
it
could have
would change.
changed.
Yeah.
In any event, Titans are 1.5 point favorite at home. Both teams 2-4. I wouldn't bet on this game.
Well, you gotta pick somebody.
with Monopoly money, but you got to pick somebody. I'll take the Titans at home just because they're at home, but I don't like it.
Tell you what, Tannehill was not a bad quarterback and has a winning record down there in Miami. He did not have a lot of support. I'm going to take I think the Titans overall are a better team. I'm going with the Titans because Chargers can't stop anybody.
This game does stink. Ryan Tannehill, he's the topic of conversation. We're in bad shape here. What happened to the Chargers from last year?
They just can't seem to maintain any momentum.
Yeah, they can't get out of
Turn
there.
the
You
ball
know,
over.
Chargers are 2-4. If they're going to make a playoff run, they better start now. Better
Right
make
now.
a move now. I'm going to take the Chargers here.
Okay.
It kills me too, but the quarterback switch is too much.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
and
Terry, this is
the
your
next
game, baby.
I don't know if it's my game. I don't like the spread here. We got the Ravens going to Seattle. So Ravens are 4-2 on the season. Seattle 5-1. But the 5-1, I've watched a number of those games. It's a shaky 5-1. They've had a number of comeback wins. Winning by 1, winning by 2 in one game. The 4.5 scares me. Of course, I'm going to take Seattle, but I'm not crazy about that one this time.
Well, Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for Baltimore, well, he doesn't scare me, that's for sure. But, I mean, they're 1-5 against the spread. They really can't beat the crap out of anybody. But they are 1-2 on the road. Russell Wilson's playing lights out. He is right now in the lead for MVP of the league. But then again, their defense is terrible, and they're 0-3 at home against the spread. So for that reason, I'm going to take the Ravens.
I have to join Gary. I like the Ravens here too. I'll tell you what, their record against the spread's bad because they're a favorite all the time. Here they're a dog, so that might help.
All right. That's fair enough.
Okay, in our last game, we got the 5-1 Saints going to the 3-2 Bears, and the Saints are actually the underdog here. Bears are favored by 3.5 because they've got a great defense and they've played well at home so far. I don't know if you have any stats on.
No, I
their
don't.
against
But
the spread.
can I take the under in this game?
As a pick of the week, you could.
Jeez Louise. You know what? This is a tough one for me. The Bears' defense is awesome. Trubisky, I'm just not sold on him. The Saints have actually been playing pretty decent defense lately. I'm going to take the Saints and the points and see what happens. The Bears might win the game, but maybe just by 1 or 2 points.
Or 3.
Or 3.
You know, and that half point has me leaning towards the Saints as well, so I like the Saints with plus 3.5.
The hook, I took it for the hook.
Saints have covered every week since Drew Brees went down, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And why jump off the train now? Saints for me.
Okay, so last game, and that's the first game we all agreed on.
Oh, Lordy.
So,
This is not a good
watch out for
sign.
that one.
Did we agree on anything last week, Terry?
Oh, we did. We always have at least one game. We all agreed on, where did we go here?
Penn State?
We all agreed on Seahawks, so we were actually right on that one.
Oh, good.
That's the only one. We only all agreed on Seattle, and that was a
No,
winner.
so we're improving as a team here. All right, so now our best bets of the week. This ought to be interesting.
So as we were going through, I kind of gave it away. I think the Texans are better than the Colts. The Texans are playing really good right now. I like the Texans. You're getting a 1.5 on the deal, but I would definitely take that one money line. I think they win that game.
Okay, so Terry's is going to be the Texans. I'm going to stick with my future MVP and Super Bowl winner. Daniel Jones is the quarterback, and I'm going to take the Giants as my best bet.
Future, way in the future, right?
Nah, maybe not.
Not this year.
I'm going to go with the Saints as my best bet. Like I said, why not? They've covered every game. I'm just going to write it out. Take the 3.5 points.
I don't
Okay.
blame you.
If they don't beat them.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for week number 7. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out on this past Monday night. We had a huge crowd. Keep coming out. We've got more giveaways this week. It's a lot of fun. For my buddy Dave, for my buddy Terry, I'm Gary. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, now I got to run. So I got